and welcome to another episode of Connecting with Kinetic. I'm your host, Jake, and today I'm joined by Shruti, Business Development Head at Bitrue. How are you, Shruti?
Very well. Very nice to be with you here, Jake, and extremely excited. And yes, I am Shruti, based out of India, and I'm the Global Business Development Head at Bitrue, the centralized exchange.
So, I had to just loudly clear my throat there because, in the broadcasting game, that's what you do. If people are listening to your voice, they're focusing on your voice, you want to make sure that, you wake them up, because this is an extremely important interview here, folks. I'm sure most people who are listening to this know about Bitrue because I heard, you can confirm this for me, I heard that a little token called FLR, I think it's pronounced Fleur, was first listed on Bitrue. Is this correct?
That is absolutely right. So, in fact, Bitrue has been always a pioneer to explore and, come up with very good collaborations with upcoming blockchains, mainnets. So, yes, Flare was, of course, a very, very promising project. And it is still a promising project, let me rephrase. Has been and will continue to be a very, very promising. And we, of course, have a huge user base and community who is actively trading in the Flare ecosystem. So yes, what you heard, what you know, and what we really want to tell out our users is absolutely right, 100% accurate.
Well, that's great, because I heard a lot about Bitrue when Kinetic's token, Jewel, was listed on another exchange, and everyone said, "What are you doing, you idiots? Why are you not listing on Bitrue? How stupid are you?" So I heard that was the first time not the first time I've heard of Bitrue, but certainly the loudest time I've heard of Bitrue. So, it's nice to finally put a face to a name and meet you. Speaking of you, which, is the thing I'm most interested with this interview, how did you first get involved with the wacky world of Web3 and why?
Okay. Before that, I wanted to interrupt with you when you heard about people asking how is Jules not listed. Let a little birdie tell you, very soon we have a massive news for the community and keep tuned in to see what is happening next on Bitrue and Jules. Okay, I didn't say anything, you didn't hear anything, okay? So let me continue.
I wonder what she means by that. Audience, the best thing to do with stuff like that, just ignore it. Probably wasn't important.
Yes, you know it, but you never heard it.
Right, absolutely. That's the opposite is most things with me, that I hear them, but I don't know them. So, back to you, the main focus. How'd you first get involved in this weird little ecosystem of ours, and why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, so honestly saying, where I am today is, I think, the best place that I have ever been in. Honestly saying, I've been working, I think I started my job when I was like 16 and a half or 17. So kind of spent a decade working with one of the world's big fours in direct taxation consultancy. I worked a decade there. And in all the midst of all the return filings, compliances, global tax, and permanent establishments, blah, 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 one fine day, I decided to quit my job and took a career break. And while I was on the career break, I explored a lot more about myself, about what I like, what I dislike. And then I was very sure that I'm going to go into something which is very different from what I do. So being like a complete accountant and a tax consultant, I decided to explore the world of Web3. And something that I knew was that every day I'm going to learn something new. And of course, a big fan of Black Mirror. And when I started to hear about projects, what they are building, what they are doing, I could just relate it all that, oh my God, is it that I'm going to be living the episodes of Black Mirror and just being a part of every project's journey? Like if you look at our projects at Dwelp, right, they're ranging from AI projects to something very spectacular in the DeFi sector. Look at Jules. They have so much to offer, right? So that is when I started my journey as a business development manager. Yes, I had in my academics also procured an MBA degree, and I had in my minors, the minors was international business. And I think those skills are something which I'm working on now and leveraging my entire career, getting my money from there. And that's how I landed into. So Bitrue was looking for a BD, and I decided to come in. And again, like relating it to Flare's ecosystem, also which focuses a lot about the finance side, the staking side. Bitrue launched its yield farming in 2022 January. And that was one of the most fantastic marketing campaigns that we launched, which allowed the users to come do farming and earn interest, passive incomes. So there were two products. One was yield farming, one was Power Piggy. So yield farming is like, short durations, 15 days, 30 days, you earn APY on that. And Power Piggy it's like for a 365 day or 6 months where you're earning a passive income on certain, on tokens. So I started my journey in Bitrue, advising and framing these kind of proposals for the projects, got in touch with all the projects, and eventually my whole role shifted completely on a business development role. And today, of course, I'm right here representing the exchange as the global head, looking after the business development side.
I love the comparison to Black Mirror because yes, in many ways, there are several days that I feel like, where am I? What kind of reality have I begun to accept as normal?
Exactly.
100%. So, speaking of more of this relationship between Flare and Bitrue, how has it been? I mean, has it been easy to work with them? Are they awful? Do you hate them?
Oh my God, I look at the options that you give, right? Like a lot of
these leading
options.
questions.
You give vivid ways of how a person can answer that. I'm totally loving doing this with you, by the way. So yes, with the Flare team, of course, I must say that the team is extremely responsive, because honestly, I have seen like a lot of projects when they develop a lot, then they have so much of focus on the development side, engineering side, that they completely forget about the go-to-market strategy. And it gets very difficult to interact with them. But unlike that, Flare has been extremely responsive. We've been like on and off discussing about how together our platform could leverage and provide the community. And of course, at the same time, Flare is doing wonderful, and what all they can contribute to our users, and how exciting the journey for our users who are sitting on the platform can find it. So it's been amazing working with the team. I regularly interact with the BD team, and that's how I got connected with Kinetic project as well, and couple of more, by the way. But I don't want to flex right now. I want to be very low key. I'm a person who doesn't like to flex. I like to be very docile. So
no, you're 100% right. They are, I've worked with especially other foundations for layer ones, and Flare is a lot more responsive. We'll keep it kind. We'll keep it nice. They don't ghost, which is definitely a big pro. So I know what you're talking about there. So this is kind of just a question because I'm curious. In your opinion, what kind of users does Bitrue primarily service? Do you guys have like a type of average user? Are you going for a specific market?
So coming to the user base at Bitrue, again, we have a very mixed bag of our demographic, like in terms of demographics as well as a user appetite. So, we have people from across the globe who are a part of our community registered on the platform. When it comes to the kind of projects that they're looking at, again, we have a whole mixed bag to, offer. We have the GameFi projects, we have the DeFi projects, we have the AI projects, we have certain DEXs which have a native token that wants to, leverage on the community's strength. So, we have, I think, each and every kind of project. And let me tell you, each of them, like, they excel in their own way. Because, again, what I strongly believe is it's not important the numbers that you get, but it's important what kind of value addition that you get. Right. So there could be certain projects, and of course, looking at this, RWA backed assets, like the real world assets, again, that requires a very niche kind of community. They don't need numbers there. They don't really want that, daily that, this many wallets should be hitting them. No. So they're looking for people who really understand that. So again, that is a community that we have to offer. looking at, and like I mentioned, Bitrue itself has such fantastic e-farming and Power Piggy programs to offer along with the listing. We know they are like, we give kind of a lot of marketing campaigns, which gives a great push to the project. And at the same time, it's very exciting for the users to keep learning about them. So if you're talking about what kind of community I have, my exchange has every kind of community. So whatever you're building, as long as we are able to communicate what is the vision, mission of the project, and it's there, and people are aware, rest assured, the platform has a lot to offer.
Well, that's good. It's good to care about everybody. Thinking not so positively, I'm also curious, what would you say is the most annoying part of your job?
Annoying part of my job. I think I'm more annoying. Sometimes I feel it's the other way around.
No. Look, as someone who's an expert in being annoying, I will say you're not annoying.
Is it? So I think the projects might be finding me annoying at times because I'm always very pushy that, my exchange is going to be listing you first. So I think my job role ends up to be a little annoying for the project founders because sometimes they really want to focus on building, and I really want to tell them that how important is it to also get inside the market. And that is something which we can provide. But again, coming to what is most annoying, I think it's not annoying in a job or anything. It's just that you need to be hands-on to know what is happening around. Missing out particular opportunities is like a big loss. So, it's very important that we stay abreast with the market conditions, the industry standards, and also have something innovative to offer. So, there's a lot of, like, of course, it would sound that being a centralized exchange, there's no creativity involved. But believe me, equally, we also need to be as creative, as innovative, and, bringing in new things. So, yeah, there is a lot of brainstorming. Sometimes, yes, it gets saturated, but, it's challenging. And I think any job, unless it's not challenging, I think you will not be motivated to wake up in the morning, get ready, and get onto the role. So it's not annoying. It's just a bit challenging, and you need to be more fast-paced.
Sure. How do you feel about meetings? A lot of people really don't like meetings, but I actually like them.
Love that.
Yeah. Why everybody be hating on the meetings? Yeah, this meeting could have been an email. It's like, I've read your emails, dude. Could not. Your email's like 2 words. I'll get to it. And then sometimes you forget to write it. So it's just, I'll get, and then I'm left wondering, what is it that you're getting? Maybe that's a little bit, on a personal aside there, but I like meetings. I feel like they're usually pretty useful because you can ask follow-up questions and there's not like 30 minutes or more in between responses.
So I'll tell you the good part over here. When you're doing an online meeting, the good thing is you can always say, "Hey, listen, I have to run on another call." And in case you're not very happy with the call, you can just wind up very quick.
Right. Oh, it's good. It's good that you had a backup plan for this.
Right. And then, but you know what? What the best is, like, I generally don't like to chat a lot on Telegram. I'm a person who would just like, come, let's quick get onto a call. During my calls, I have never showcased presentations. So a lot of projects ask me that you guys don't have a deck. I said, there is a deck which is already posted on, it's been emailed to you or provided to you. But yeah, when we are talking, we are interacting. And yeah, you can go through the presentation, we could have a follow-up call. But after that, even more exciting is when you go to conferences. And believe me, Jake, when I've gone to conferences, like I have had this several times because I do so many video calls with my clients. They're like, "Hey, are you like Shruti from this? This is your Telegram ID, right?" And I still remember this happened repeatedly during the Paris Blockchain Week. And I was like, whoa. I just thought that, we do it on the screen and we forget. No, we don't. Like, this is, it's 2024, right? You really don't have to pick up your bag and go and meet someone at a particular office space, or all of us have to work from an office space. But exciting is those offline events when we are like already friends. And just imagine, Jake, like when you're going to an event, like now look at the Korea Blockchain Week, the Singapore Token 2049. Then after that, I'm even traveling to Spain for the European Blockchain Convention. So I have like this 3 travel plans fixed up in the month of September. So I pick up my bag on 31st August and I come back to my home place back on 30th September. But what I'm excited is, the kind of friends and people I'm going to meet. I have no idea what Korea is. I have no idea what the culture is. But I'm excited because I know not even a single day, not even a single meal am I going to have it alone. I know I'm going to have it with like a whole gang of people all the time. So that's very exciting about our job role.
I'm glad you're excited about it. I hate traveling. I hate flying. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'4". So I hate being on an airplane. It's just extremely uncomfortable. And this is not a joke. The last 3 times I have been on a plane, either to New York or LA or whatever, the person in front of me has like kept trying to lean back their seat really hard. Like they're already the full amount, but because if you push back, it goes a little bit farther back before settling in its groove. They think if they just keep doing that for 3 hours, they will eventually find a mythical third groove. And they're basically just slamming into my knees. The last 3 flights, the person but like right in front of me has been doing that the whole time. I don't know if someone's trying to play a joke on me. I don't know if it's the same person. I don't think it's the same person. That'd be a little, they might be my stalker then. But I hate flying.
Oh my God, I feel you. But then I think I got lucky when I had my last flight from US back to India, which was like a 14-hour flight. I had a small kid sitting next to me. So he was very well cuddled with his dad. And I actually had like 2 seats to myself.
Okay, nice. Wait, did you get the window seat?
Yes, I always take the window seat because at least you can lean on one side.
Oh yeah, 100%. Same.
Again, I'm like pretty tall compared to women. So I think even when the airlines look at me, they give me a more comfortable seat.
I have had that happen to me once. They're like, you should get the whatever, I forget what it's called, but the one next to the door, like the safety row.
Yeah,
Yes.
emergency seats. Yeah. That's the best to take.
Yeah. So now after that happened, I put my high heels on before I go into the plane. I try to look even taller, hoping that they'll do it. It hasn't worked yet, but we're hoping.
I'm sure. Don't worry. It's gonna go well. Just manifest. You need to manifest before you travel.
Manifest some nice lady.
Maybe you might just have the best journey.
Maybe. Well, one lady did put a lime in my Coke once, and that was cool.
Interesting.
Probably actually not very interesting, but do something interesting. What's coming up this year that you're most excited about? You talked a little bit about your travel plans coming up, but is there anything else a little farther along in the year that you're hyped about?
So yes, there are. In fact, Bitrue also recently just announced its VC arm. So there's going to be a lot of noise around that in the next coming 2 quarters. So we are supporting early builders. And for that, of course, we have reached out to all the leading ecosystems. And of course, with Flare as well, we're equally excited to see what projects are coming up on the Flare ecosystem. And we would be more than happy to help the developers at an early stage with Bitrue Ventures. That's number 1. Number 2, we are doing a lot more focus on the marketing side because what we primarily feel that the competition is big out there. A lot of projects are coming up with ideas which are quite similar to each other. So again, a good marketing push is very imperative. So we are trying to work out a lot on that. Number 3, Bitrue was not aggressively, providing any launch pool services. So just before, the token hits the CX for live listing, we have also started doing, more evaluations to projects and offering them launch pool services. So that is number 3, which is again something different vis-a-vis last year. And besides that, did I tell you? Oh, no, I think I should not tell you that Kinetic is soon getting listed on Bitrue.
No.
No, that's the biggest secret to come out soon.
Okay. She didn't say anything, guys. She didn't say anything.
No, I didn't.
She was talking about her favorite anime. That's what she was talking about.
Yeah. So there is a lot coming on Bitrue. So please stay tuned. And of course, my DMs, my Telegram, my Twitter, everything is open. So feel free to reach out. I do respond. It's not a case I don't respond.
Hey, I mean, that's in this business, that's big. Well, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what your Twitter and Telegram handles are?
Yes, so you can reach me out on Telegram at Shruti_Kohli, Kohli. And Twitter, I forgot my user ID, I think again. So let me quickly check. So you can reach out at Shruti Kohli _13. the very wonderful number in the world, 1313.
I found you. Let's give you a follow. Boom.
Super nice. Super nice.
You
And
got
by the
one
way, this time,
follow.
September the 13th is a Friday. So it's a great day.
Gonna maybe watch some horror movies or something like that. Well, I must say, I'm gonna give you a little bit of your time back, but I have had a wonderful time. This is one of the best interviews I've done. This is my 16th, so I don't
Wow.
know if that's an impressive number or a not impressive number.
Any girl's favorite number is 16, by the way. They
Oh,
love
okay.
to be labeled 16.
Well, then this has been the perfect 16th, my special 16th.
Wonderful, Jake. I mean, I've had like a lot of interviews where I really get, sometimes I'm really, just out of my base and I'm totally, nervous, but you've been, you make it such a comfortable environment. It was so wonderful talking. And I'm always scared, that technically I'm kind of low and I should not be giving any miscommunications, but I think your questions were great.
Thanks. Yeah, we don't do typically a bunch of hardball questions, mostly because I'm not smart enough to write hardball questions. I'm thinking my hardest one might be, what's your favorite color?
Oh my God, that's so difficult to choose. Well, I'm very fond of black.
Okay, hey, black's a good color. It's in my top 3.
Oh wow! And what are the other 2?
Blue and purple.
Lovely. Black and purple is a very strong combination, just like a strong collaboration that Bitrue has with most of the ecosystems and partners.
What a beautiful little. Have you done this before? You seem pretty good at this kind of thing. You had a list, you're buttoning this. I'm ruining your button by just rambling on and on. I'm not good at ending these. Maybe I should come up with something fun. No, I can't come up with anything smart, but I will say thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. And I'm looking forward to connect again soon. And ciao for now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.